Well, here today with John Anderson. He's got a brand new album coming out in August called True. It's going to be out on August 23rd. His group is called John Anderson and the band Geeks. You've been hearing the song Shine On the radio station. And they're going to be up in Phoenix, just 90 miles north of us, on August 14th in the Round at the Celebrity Theater. And John, thank you for visiting us here in Tucson.
Good, thank you. Nice to see you, man.
So tell us a little bit about who is in your band. Who are the band Geeks?
Exactly. I have a list of their names because I'm terrible with names, I know that. But the bass player is Richie Castellano, keyboard player Christopher, um, drummer is Andy, and the guitarist is Andy, and another guy called Kip who's really very, very sweet.
How
Really
did you get
nice.
how did you get the band together?
Okay, so funny story. Um, a friend of mine works at Sirius Radio, John Amick, and he sent me a video of these guys playing Heart of the Sunrise, a very well-known Yes piece of music, and they played the hell out of it. They played it so good. I was mesmerized. This is a year ago. It's like anyway, I was about a year and a half ago. And out of the blue, I thought, hey, I'll call up the bass player, Richie, who's the boss of the band, sort of thing, and just say, thank you, and how you doing, Richie? Great band you got, great band. And he said, oh, it's nice to hear you, John. Are you sure it's John Anderson? I said, yes, it's me. Well, I said, I've got this idea. Would you like to go on the road and we'll do some concerts together, doing Yes, epics, and classics? Richie, can you hear me? He said, what did you just say? I said, let's go on the road together. You're so good. And he said, well, that would be great. So it was September of last year, we did 12 shows doing, epics or Awaken, Close to the Edge, um, Gates of Delirium, and a load of other songs like Yours and Notice Grace, Heart of the Sunrise, of course, Your Move, All Good People. All the Yes fans are going to hear what they love, what Yes is, and I love what Yes is. And they're all songs that I wrote and helped to write. So we did that tour and it was real fun. And towards the end of the tour, I just said, Richie, wouldn't it be cool if we made an album? And he said, wow, John, that would be something. I've always wanted to do an album very like and I said, like Jessica, like a yesism. Of course, everything is yesism. And so I sent him a couple of songs, and he actually played me Shine On in its beginnings. And I sent him Counties and Countries and a couple of other ideas. And before I knew it, by January of this year, we nearly finished. And we finished it in February, March. And we went on tour doing the Yes classics again and Yes epics. And that's what the show is going to be when we go to the round
At
place,
the Celebrity Theater.
Celebrity Theater. And we're just having fun together because they're very, very sweet people. They're very open and very friendly. And I'm very open about everything. And so we're very excited about what the coming months are going to be like, because if people like this album like we do, we're going to tour the world next year doing the album, and then Yes as well as the same thing, like a 2-hour show complete. So that's the sort of dream, Larry.
Well, it's interesting. I had a chance to listen to it a few times in advance of it, and you're still doing those epic long songs like Counties and Countries, and then Once Upon a Dream. But then you got
Yeah,
some of the shorter songs on there. What was your lyrical inspiration? Your inspiration for the music?
I think a lot of it was all about the first song was that I sent to Richie was Counties and Countries, which is a song I wrote a long time ago about the Garden of Eden, the Earth Mother, that we're not taking care of. It's like, wouldn't it be great if we just got the United Nations to decide no more wars, share the food of the world, share the world, and evolve the world into a new Garden of Eden. So I sing about it in True Messenger. I sing about it in the one you just mentioned,
Once Upon a Dream.
Once Upon a Dream. Oh, let this be heaven. Oh, let this be life. It's very simple. You know, what are we here for? To mess around and screw around and fuck around and mess the world up?
Is that where you get a lot of your lyrical inspiration from? Is just trying to make the world a better place?
For me, yeah, because I sing what I feel in my heart. I think it stems from All You Need Is Love. I was a Beatle maniac like a billion other people. And the whole idea of love is the answer no matter which way you look at it. So the songs that I wrote with Yes had a very similar flavor, close to the edge of realization, close to the edge of divine understanding. And I'm still there. I'm still in that process of learning about who I am musically and lyrically. And all of us can dream again, dancing over all the sense of reason. Just to let you know that if you ever dream the storyline, it will change to magical motion. I'm reading my lyrics here. So
Yes.
I
So
just found, yeah, sorry.
so speaking of that, I mean, when you're writing a song with the band or yourself, do you find the lyrics first, or do you find the music, the melody first? Do you find a melody and go, oh, I need to write lyrics, or vice versa?
Yeah, I think that, I was called John Roy Anderson, and John Roy was a musical a ukulele singer, and I was named after him by my parents. He was famous in the 40s and the 50s. He was called John Roy the Melody Boy. And I think I took on that. I sing melodies like there's no tomorrow. And then what happens is I'm singing ideas at the same time I'm singing a melody. And then I listen back to what I'm singing. I say to myself, oh, I'm trying to sing this. I'm trying to sing that. And I've got something here. The gift of love was here to stay, gifting me just knowing that love is forever, knowing of the truth yet to come, the truth yet to come, deeper you've got it, the love yet to come, here in your lifetime, all to bring you closer. This is part of Counties and Countries. Gotta get that beautiful day to be. I think the idea of that, we've got to get that beautiful day to be. Not we've got to get that beautiful day someday.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to make it be. We make it happen. Make it come together now. Now is the only time we have. And that's the way I've been singing that forever in every song I think I've ever written. And it's just the way I am. That if the melody works and I hear a close encounter of lyrical content, I'll scribble it down and then build on it.
So, being a musician and doing this as long as you have, and you got this new album coming out in August called True. Are you always like, if you're driving down the road or you're walking, in your yard somewhere in the neighborhood or whatever, does a melody pop in your head, or a lyric pop in your head and you're thinking this could be a song later on? Like, I know you're working on True, but is your brain always working on something next?
Yeah, I've got 12 songs that I wrote 30 years ago. I found a cassette, and every one's a fun idea. And I want to get into that, not now, but I'll probably do it next year. But the idea of the lyrical content is balanced with the melody, because the melodies just come so free and easy to me. And I'm not too repetition at all. But some of the lyrics I go, I've seen counties and countries, the gardens of Eden are calling me home to Divine Mother, to Divine Mother Earth. What else is there? There's that chaos out there. There's tons of that.
Oh yeah.
I listened to Billie Eilish just before. She is like an angel of sound, sonics, sound, her melodies and everything. She's a true angel, as is, Jacob Collier. There's a few people around that are just pure magic.
So obviously you're a fan of music since you're a musician and you just mentioned Billie Eilish. Are there any other artists out there, or is there a song in your life that you heard that inspired you or to the point where you went, man, I wish I wrote that?
Yeah, Jacob Collier, he did a song called Blue, and
Hmm.
he sings it in the church with some fans who can sing. And Jacob Collier is like Mozart, you know, he's just on another level up there. Brilliant, as is Billie Eilish.
So I gotta tell you, one of my favorite songs on the album is actually the closer of it. The song "Thank God."
Thank
It's
God
it,
you're here. Thank God I'm home. You know,
it was that written for somebody in particular?
my wife, yeah. With
That was a beautiful love song.
thank you. I wrote that 10 years ago while I was near Nashville with me and my wife spending Christmas with a friend. Um, I have to remember his name. I spoke to him 2 days ago. Um, anyway, it doesn't matter. It'll pop in my head. But we wrote that song together, and then I was thinking of my wife Jane, and then I just sent it to Richie, and Richie loved it. He said, "Oh, this has got to go on the album." I said, "Okay." And thank God you're here. Thank God I'm home. Thank God you're in my life.
It's a
It's just
beautiful, beautiful song.
thank you very much.
So, are there any songs on the album that hold special significance for you over the others? If there's one that stands out to you that you just it means a lot.
Well, be a good friend. It's like I've had so many musical friends, and some of them have gone to the great beyond the next level of state of consciousness. So Vangelis and Chris Squire, Alan White, are these people, and they're still friends of mine. You know, like there's still lots of people that I've worked with over the years. They're still friends, and once we're friends, brothers, in fact.
Speaking of Vangelis, just a little off note, my favorite song, one of my favorite songs that you did was The Friends of Mr. Cairo. And I
Yeah.
just would listen to that with the headphones on and just get lost in it. And I was bummed because I knew at one point you were trying to get to work with him again, but unfortunately he had passed. But
Yeah.
you guys really put some great music together.
Yeah, it was wonderful with Vangelis because, you know, he was a spontaneous combustion of energy. Like he'd just sit down and start playing anything. I mean, he could write a symphony every afternoon, you know. It's like, and I walk in and start singing and naturally sing and listen back to what I was trying to sing. I thought, gosh, what am I singing about? State of Independence is another song that I did with him. That I remember I recorded it with him in Paris after I'd left Yes in this crazy situation. They were in a where were they? They were in a castle near Milan, trying to get on with the follow up to 9012 Live, and asked me to not come to the studio. So I said, okay, I'll go to Paris. And I saw Vangelis and I walked in, and he was playing this rhythmic thing, you know. And I waved, I said, is the microphone on? He said, yes. Stay of life, may I live, may I love. Coming out the sky, I name me a name. Coming up silver word for what it is the nature of the sound, the game. Siamese, Indianese, to Tibet, treat the life as a game, if you please. Just like that.
Wow. It just came to you?
Yep.
Wow. That's amazing. That's
Because I was kind of frustrated about what I just left behind and thought, I can do this music. Come on.
well, you put out some great music with him, and
Yeah.
by the way, the new album I absolutely love. I've been spending a lot of time with it, listening to it on my headphones as well because I'm a
Good.
headphone freak, and
Good.
so because I like to get immersed in the music.
Yeah.
What can fans expect in Phoenix on August 14th when you're in concert there with the band Geeks?
It'll be yes. You know, it's a yesism. Everything is yes. We'll be doing Shine On. We'll do True Messenger. Um, we might, but the show is more, you know, close to the edge, Awaken.
Mhm.
It's beautiful doing Awaken every show because it is a piece of magic. It was recorded when Yes was not quite sure of where it was going. We'd just done an album called Tormato, and we'd throw tomatoes at ourselves on the album cover because a Yes tour is a special place in Devon. There's a North Tour, South Tour, and a Yes tour. The little mounds of sacred sites, power spots they're called. It's all down to knowing a little bit about ley lines. I don't know if you know anything about ley lines.
Mm-mm.
Very interesting. If you can Google ley lines and just study that for 10 minutes, you'll go, what the hell? There's these lines of crystal energy all over the planet Earth, and where they ever come together in a mass, like a train station above ground, you have a sacred site.
Okay.
It's
That sounds a little bit like Sedona, Arizona.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay.
And as I said, there's a Yes tour in Devon, so we were going to call the album Yes Tour. And then Steve said, well, why don't we call it Yes Tomato? Because I think people won't understand. I said, I think you're right, Steve. So we got the album cover, we got and threw tomatoes on it, and we called it Yes Tomato. So that's the thing that I was going through when I went to, going through making music with different people. All of a sudden, I have this energy force field that comes through. And some of the songs are not that good, but some of them are.
So with a career as long as yours, how do you decide which songs that you play in concert? Because, prog rock fans, they do love the deep cuts as well. And
Yeah.
then you got the people who want to hear the hits. How do you balance it out? And then I'm sure there are songs that you just love playing.
Well, we're just doing a list that I made up a list, and Richie said perfect, and I said good. So that's all there is to it. He just said, okay, I'd love to sing Heart of the Sunrise, of course, because they played it on the video, and of course there's just so many Yes songs that we could be doing, but I just went for the ones that people really want to hear. Your Move, And You and I. And it's amazing that something happened just a couple of weeks ago. Somebody who's in the film world sent a trailer for a film Tom Hanks is in, and it's by Zemeckis, the great director, and it's called Here. And right in the middle of the 3-minute promo, I'm singing a song.
Oh, wow.
It's called Your Move. I think it was Your Move, but they just decided to use my voice coming through.
That has to be kind of a cool feeling for you. I mean, when all these years and you hear the song still, whether it's in a movie trailer or,
Yeah.
On the radio somewhere, or walk into a business and there's your music.
Yeah, I was in tears. I can't believe I'm on singing in Tom Hanks's movie, the great Tom Hanks, Zemeckis.
So what is it like for you, John, as an artist? I'm pretty sure you kind of know the feeling you're going to get when you play one of the older songs that people know. But what's it like for you as an artist when you debut a brand new song live on stage with an audience that's never heard it before? Do you feel a little trepidation or excitement? How do you feel before you hit those first notes?
You sing it with your fingers crossed. That's mentally.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got in front of me now, just going through. I was just singing True Messenger. All of us can see mistakes, getting over all the sense of reason. Even if the power line shining, the sense, the storyline. You are everyone, you are me. You are everyone, you are free. All of us can dream again, dancing over all the sense of reason. Just to let you know that if you ever dream the storyline.
Wow. I feel like I'm getting my own private concert here, John.
Yeah. Got carried away there. I'm still practicing the lyrics, because that's one of the things that eventually you come back and go, how does Close to the Edge go? And all of a sudden it pops in your head. You go, a season which could call you from the depths of your disgrace. and rearrange your liver to the solid mental grace, and achieve it all with music that can quickly from afar. Then taste the fruit of man recorded, losing all against the hour. Ta-da!
You know, I've talked to a few musicians in the past, and they'll talk about like there'll be a favorite song, maybe that's just regionally that did really well,
Yeah.
but maybe worldwide it didn't do as well. And people will go, "Hey, why didn't you play that song?" And I've heard a musician or two go, "Yeah, I wrote that 35 years ago. I don't remember how to do it."
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, that song, Close to the Edge, is from 1975. Where are we now?
Yeah,
50
almost.
years later.
Yeah. Do you ever look back at any of your old songs and go, you know, it meant something at one point to you because you were a younger man, and now that we're older, do you look back at the lyrics and sometimes go, okay, it means something a little bit different to me now, or does it bring you back
Well,
to that time when you wrote it?
I think at that time I was reading Hermann Hesse, Down by the River. You know, it's a story about a man searching for true realization of God. And he went to this monastery and this place and that place. And he finished up sitting by the river and saying, this is heaven. You know, this is the real world, you know. So the song Close to the Edge was close to the edge, down by the corner, down at the end, round by the river. Seasons will pass you by. I get up, I get down. I get high, I get low, you know. So everything relates. And to be able to sing that again in my life, you know, I'm 79, I'm going to be 80 in October. And I'm still singing a song I wrote 50 years ago, and it works.
That's gonna be a great feeling.
It's a great feeling, you know, it still works. And not many people, yes, fans know it, but you can't, you know, because it was never a radio song. It was 18 minutes long, you know. You never got it on the radio. And it was so bizarre that some of the great music Yes did never got on the radio.
But it was I would listen to your albums, you know, back to the LP, put the
Yeah,
headphones on, turn
yeah,
off the lights, maybe put
yeah,
some different lighting on in the room, and just get lost in it.
yeah,
And I,
yeah.
I I didn't care at that point whether I heard it on the radio. I wanted to hear it on my, well, LP back then, and then, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
change it to CDs later on and such. Um, I appreciate you spending so much time with us here in Tucson. I'm looking forward to seeing the show in Phoenix in August. I've been a big fan. In fact, last time I went and saw your former band, I was disappointed you weren't there. I'm so happy I get to see you finally live in concert.
Well, I hope I see you after the show, Larry. Make sure you got a ticket backstage. Come
Well,
on.
it'd be awesome to meet you because you've been one of my musical idols for ever and a day since high school. So I appreciate it, and I love the new album. I've been spending a lot of time with it, and I wish you great success once it's out in August.
Thank you. Wish you well.
Okay, and if people want to follow you on the internet anywhere, what can they do?
I don't know.
I will look that up and I'll post that. It's probably like John Anderson.
John Anderson at thebangeeks.com or something like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, John, can you hold on real quick? I got one more thing to ask you, and then we'll
Sure.
be done. All right. Hey, don't forget, he'll be at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix on August 14th. John Anderson and the Band Geeks. The new album, True, which the song Shine On, you've been hearing on the radio here, is going to be out on August 23rd. And I believe it's going to be, I just looked it up, johnanderson.com. Follow
There
him,
you
his
go.
career.
Very, very good.